Yo, yo, yo. Muhammad here, SEO Website Masters. Alright, guys, I want to talk to you guys about 5 tools to use in 2022 to help your business grow. As you know, I have consistently been saying the same thing, which is the fact that how the importance of SEO and websites in this day and age. And it, websites could be anything really. Um, it's basically your digital presence, whatever that is. It could be in social media. It could be um, in a web form, like in a website. Um, it doesn't matter what platform it is. If it's your digital presence online, you need to implement SEO. Okay, guys. So now, the 5 tools that I'm going to tell you about, it's nothing special, but it can be very helpful. The main thing is because I've said this so many times, because there's literally millions of websites built per second, and websites, it could be anything. It could be even a social media page. Anything that's published in a platform online is really considered a website or a web page. Um, but for a business, um, you that is new, or for a business that is not known yet, you don't just magically appear online. What happens is the minute that you publish whatever it is, if it's a post, if it's a website, a song, whatever it is, if you don't have a existing digital presence, you're just gonna it's just gonna disappear. It's almost like it's pointless. But if you implement specific strategies for a specific duration of time, I'll say at least a year, eventually those posts are gonna count. They're gonna account for something, whether it's to help with your ranking, whether it's to help with discoverability, whether it's to help with building a network, whether it's to be found or to get likes, to get shares, to get viral, whatever it is. First, you have to put in the work, and this is where we come in to help you guys, SEO website masters. Okay, so um, it really doesn't matter what platform you have, if it's e-commerce, if it's a blog, a TikTok page, you still need a strategy. You need some kind of strategy up to the point where you start growing. When you grow, like for all these influencers that you see out there, they could just make one post and then bam, it's all over. Like it's just viral. Everybody's sharing, liking. Sometimes it may even appear on mainstream. But they put in this legwork prior to them being able to just publish something that could be visible. And part of what they've done is what I'm trying to help you guys with through this strategy. Um, so now the tools that you're gonna use, um, there's a bunch. The first one I'm gonna say is is one of my. I mean, he doesn't know I exist, but I look up to him. His name is Neil Patel. His website is literally neilpatel.com, and I'm gonna put it in my blog so you can check him out. I mean, in that website, man, like there's so much good things that you can use. You can use the Uber suggest. In the Uber suggest, you could literally plug in whatever keywords that you want, and he's able to pull from the Google directory, um, to give you, some good insight as to what keywords you could use. And it's up to you, to do your due diligence to check and verify, what's a good keyword versus what's a bad keyword. um, I think in my previous videos I've made uh, discussion on, how to determine good versus bad keywords, but it's kind of old video, so I may have to make a new one to update you guys on how to do that. But essentially, what you want to do is, when you find a good keyword, a good keyword is something that um, ideally you want, something that is generating high amount of traffic but with low competition. But that's, in this day and age, that's unrealistic. Back in the day, yeah, it was possible, but today, nah. You really want to implement using medium to low competition, high yielding keywords. Or you could also use, you could start with low yielding keywords, meaning it's generating low amount of traffic that's also low in competition, and then you can work your way up. But don't pick keywords that are highly competitive and also yielding high traffic, because the chance of you ranking for that keyword is almost impossible. And even if you do, it will take you years, before you actually benefit from it. So it's literally pointless, especially when you're new. When you're new, when you have like a new platform, the search engine AI pretty much thinks that you're non-existent. Yeah, it knows you exist, but it's not gonna pick you out of like real websites that's put in the time and the work. They're gonna first start with the websites or the platforms that actually paid money. That's why every time you're doing a search, you see ads before you even see an actual website. They're gonna start with those, and then secondly, they're gonna start with the organic, um, the ones that were grown organically, meaning over time they put in the work, and then over time they've gained reputation and ranking. But even those that have put in the time and effort, maybe even resources, are still not going to be the very first to be shown. It's the ones that paid the big bucks. That's why, the Walmarts, the McDonald's, all these major companies, they're always going to appear on the top because they are paying big bucks to be there. And then secondly, it's going to be showing the ones that actually put in the real work, the organic work. So in my strategy, I really don't focus on the paying ads, because it's unrealistic for new to medium-sized businesses to have the capital to be able to invest so much just to be appearing in the top pages. So I employ the organic approach, which is you put in the work, and then over time it's going to pay off. And frankly, that's the most respectful, because even the ones that do the paid ads, those ads are not persistent. They're only going to be there for as long as that money keeps coming. So the minute they shut off their campaign, the very minute they're going to disappear too, just like everybody else. So I like the organic strategy. So if you go to Neil Patel's website, man, oh man, there's so much gold in there. There's in the Uber Suggest, you can do a keywords research. You can also do a website research. So through there, number two, you can check out your competition. So what I usually do is when I want to outrank somebody, I'll plug their website into Uber Suggest to see, okay, what kind of backlinks are they generating? What is their domain authority? How much content are they putting out there? And that website is going to show you all those stats. And in there, from that, you can literally mathematically craft a strategy that can outrank your competition. So if you know how many keywords your competitor has and how many backlinks they have, all you got to do is just beat them that way, right? Just get more keywords and more backlinks. Bam, you're gonna beat them, right? There's also other factors like age and all this stuff, but for the most part, those are the major the main thing that these AIs respect are backlinks, and to this day, it's the most important factor. So so that brings us to number two, which is we're gonna say Google Keyword Tool is my number two because yeah, even though yeah, even Neil Patel's website, uh, Uber suggests it actually generates all its data off of Google Keyword Tool, and you can actually go there directly yourself, but the data is just raw. That's the reason it's now number one. I put it as number two. In Neil Patel's website, he makes it so easy because he's able to mine that data and categorize it right in a way that's informative. So it will take you less time to find what you're looking for. But if you go to Google Keyword Tool right away and you don't know what you're doing, you're going to be overwhelmed because the data is just so raw and you got to know exactly what you're looking for, right? So that's why I put Google Keyword Tool as number two. But Google Keyword Tool essentially gives you the same thing, but the data it's overwhelming. It's too much data. I mean, just think about how much stuff there is in Google, right? So Google, it's gonna give you what you want, but it's if you don't know what to do with it, it's pointless, right? Okay, guys. All right. So number three, I'm gonna say um, it's gonna be Dapper Checker, which is it's also this is well, I'm gonna say SEMrush to be honest because I don't really know much about Dapper Checker that much. I mean, I've used it a little bit, but I prefer SEMrush. SEMrush, basically, it allows you to check all the domains, right? So, for competition analysis, you're the data as opposed to what you would find on Google Keyword Tool is way more refined. So uh, it gives you specific information that you need. It's gonna tell you exactly how Google views your competition, or you can even check your own website to see, where you are in the eyes of AI or the algorithm, right? So in order for you to be able to rank high, you got to first know where you're at and what kind of competition exists in your market. You guys are lucky, you're not in the digital marketing space like me. Imagine for me, it's like the worst, right? Because I'm competing against like the best of the best in SEO. But for you guys, it could be like literally a gold mine for you because majority of businesses aren't using SEO. They're still relying on the always traditional BS, newspaper, whatever it is, like PR crap, all the stuff that used to be done in the past, and really the only thing that's sustaining them is maybe their age. They've been in business for so long, so they got clients, but is it really going to be sustainable in the next 20 years if they keep, if they're not shifted, right? If they're not in social media, if they're not implementing SEO, are they going to exist in the next 10 years, right? But if you employ these strategies, you can literally beat any competition. I don't care if it's Walmart, Giant, whatever it is, you can beat them, but you need a strategy. Okay. All right. I'm gonna say Backlinko is also good. It's a website that helps you check how many backlinks you have, and you can see your competition. Where their backlinks are coming from. Um, So you can, if your competition is in the same market, you can literally um, employ the same strategy they're using, meaning you go to all the websites that they have generating backlinks for them. So if, let's say, they're getting a backlink from like Yelp or something like that, you can create the same thing that they did, right? A lot of them are paying like big bucks to be in certain like expensive directories. You can invest in the same thing, you know, because the backlinks matter if a reputable website mentions you, right? So if you're in the market for like, I don't know, like, I guess restaurants, right? And somebody like Gordon Ramsay mentions you online, that's gonna instantly boost your website's credibility. So if you're trying to compete against your competitor and you see that, hey, Gordon Ramsay just talked about how great this business sandwiches, and you can see on the data sheet that that's one of the major um, ranking factors for them. You can do the exact same thing. You could just reach out to Gordon Ramsay and say, hey, you know what, I saw that you did this sandwich for this my competition, but I actually have this pizza that is like the reason why we're gonna be number one. Can you mind trying it out? You just and that's how you deal with the whole backlink situation. Okay, what's the fifth one? Okay, so the fifth one is gonna be. Hold on, I'm looking at my own article. It's gonna be checkplagiarism.com. Okay, now, why is that important? Well, blogging, it's a big deal because blogging is the easiest way you can get backlinks, and through check plagiarism, it allows you to, when you create an article, you want to make sure, like, your grammar is on point. You want to make sure the article complies with search engine rules, because believe it or not, they got rules. Like in terms of plagiarism, in terms of length, right, format, and you also want like certain number of like outbound links, inbound links. How you're gonna strategically incorporate keywords into your article. So if all this website helps with all of these things. Okay, I'm probably gonna make a video about how to actually optimize a content, whether it's a blog, a web page, social media post. Yes, even social media posts are optimized. Like, you ever go on Instagram and you see people, putting hashtags, and they're saying words in a certain way. It's all SEO. Okay, YouTube videos, they're all SEOs. They're optimized. If you pay attention, the video itself is optimized. The title of the video is, they're using keywords, and you will see in the description, and when they put references of other websites in the description, that's their outbound links, right? When they put their own website in there, that's an inbound link, right? All of that is strategic. You would see even hashtags, right? That's all SEO. Okay, so I hope you guys read this article and find some value from it. If you want anything else for me to talk about, just comment or send me an email, and I'll be happy to make a video about whatever you guys want relating to SEO, websites, or anything to do with business, entrepreneurship in general. Okay, until next time.